The world is experiencing water scarcity. Only 0.014% of all the water on our blue planet is both fresh and easily accessible. Of the rest, 97% of the water contains salt, and a bit less than 3% is in hard-to-reach areas. This is a massive problem because, as we all know, water is the second most essential component to life. But despite this, there are hundreds of millions of people without safe access to water. It's hard to get an exact figure since the conditions are constantly changing, but the number is usually between 600 to 800 million people. That's about 1/9 of the entire global population. The World Economic Forum declared water as the fourth highest impact on human life after WMDs, lack of climate change mitigation and adaptation, and extreme weather events. So knowing this, what can you do to conserve water? There are obvious solutions like taking shorter showers and donating to nonprofits dedicated to fixing the water crisis. As a side note, I recommend you use a service like Charity Navigator or Charity Watch to find a worthwhile charity to donate to. All charities are different, and with something as important as accessible water, it's important to get the most help for your buck. But for more effective water conservation habits, we have to look at where most of our fresh water goes. One of the largest impactors on clean water is agriculture. According to the International Water Management Institute, 70% of fresh water used is for agricultural businesses. How does farming take up so much water? Like all of the other carbon-based life forms, plants need water to survive. However, most of our farmlands aren't located near a reliable source of clean water. So in order to create more areas suitable for farming, we created irrigation management. Irrigation is just transporting water from one place to another. It's usually done through pipes since, logistically speaking, transporting a uniform liquid like water and oil through pipelines is more efficient than bringing them through rail, truck, boats, or planes. A lot of water is lost during the transit from source to destination, which just creates wasted water. Fun fact, Michigan is home to the largest source of fresh water in the world. In 2018, the state government controversially agreed to let Nestle Corporation bottle 400 gallons of water a minute. A large public outcry ensued. The topic was so one-sided that 80,945 people were against the policy, and only 75 were in favor.
A perfect example of when democracy has failed.
Irrigation is how wealthier, more developed nations who can afford infrastructure get their water imported. The nations with less resources have to rely on rain-fed agriculture. Exactly what it sounds like. Farms that rely on rainfall for water. Rain-fed agriculture makes up the majority of the world's agricultures, falling in at 80% of all the land farmed. There's not much one can do to help areas that rely on rain-fed agriculture. But if you really want to help, you can donate money to help a community build a sand dam. A sand dam is exactly what it sounds like. It's a dam made of sand. If you're interested in learning more, feel free to check out its Wikipedia page or visit thewaterproject.org/sanddams. Sand dams are a huge win for impoverished communities with virtually no downside to them. Because the process of growing food is such a massive source of water loss, it also means that not eating the food we buy contributes to the problem. Every year, 1/3 of all the food produced is either lost or wasted, which completely wastes all the resources put into the food's preparation. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, it's about 1.3 billion tons, with the majority of the waste coming from developed nations in Europe, Asia, and North America. The solution to this is pretty obvious, just don't buy what you won't eat. Restaurants will also throw away massive amounts of leftover food, so try popping into your local restaurant when it's about to close, and ask if you can have any of the old food they're about to throw away. Another slightly surprising way to save water is to drink less coffee. The average cup of coffee is produced with approximately 140 liters of water, split between its irrigation, processing, and transportation to the coffee shop.